Part of what people are wrestling with right now is there's the narrative of AI, and then there's the reality of AI in terms of what's real, where's the value, what's getting deployed. What are you seeing in the trenches?
The reason the gap feels so wide is that there really aren't a ton of solutions in production. And the reason is there are quite a few barriers to going from what is innovation and experimental in proof of concepts to actually integrating into your data, integrating into your cloud, integrating into your product, and being comfortable putting that in front of customers. People don't realize is that these barriers to adoption aren't just technical. There are also that there are so many go-to-market considerations that go with building AI products. We talked about some of the differences between building AI solutions and building software, but it's also in terms of how you really think about your business, is that this isn't just something you slap on because the cost is completely prohibitive unless you are actually getting value from it. And so that means thinking about pricing and packaging in different ways. Lots of people who know how to fine-tune a model. There aren't that many people who know how to fine-tune a model and get the best results from that model. There are fewer people who know how to set up the architecture in a scalable way and integrate at scale. And then there are even fewer who know how to really optimize for cost, and even fewer who know how to really think about not just the technical side, but also the business, go-to-market, and product side of things as well. And since all we do is build AI products, we are continually having conversations not just about the technology, but also the way in which these products will be commercialized. And so thinking about the strategy as well as like the hands-on keyboard implementations of these products is really our sweet spot. Our goal is to narrow that gap for companies getting into production such that we can share with the world these amazing stories of real-world impact that AI is having for businesses. And the reason the gap is so large today is because we don't have a lot of those stories, and our market is so primed to think that everything's a fraud. Everyone comes back to crypto, there are no use cases, there's no value here, this is just chatbots. Actually, we just don't know that at all. And the use cases I'm seeing are tremendously valuable. It's that they're not in production, and so we don't have data to showcase that yet at scale. And that, I think, is like the massive opportunity in the market where Tribe is so uniquely positioned because we're seeing where there's value. We're building the tools that make it easier for companies to get that value, and we're gonna be the first people to see that value accrued such that we can then tell those stories in partnership with our customers and help people understand really what the true value of AI can be for enterprise businesses.
Because you've been at this how long?
We started the company in 2019.
You bootstrapped the business to millions in revenue.
I found something that I felt like was a real problem and where I thought my skills were well suited to solve the problem. And it turned out that I felt I could do it with just me and my time and Noah's time. We didn't actually need that much to get started. So it's not that I was anti-venture. As an entrepreneur, you should look at these decisions critically and not just be doing things because that's what the market does. It was a go-to-market driven business because I had go-to-market skills, which allowed us to be profitable from day one. And in the first full year of business, we had made more in revenue than the startup with tens of millions of dollars and 30 people sitting in a fancy office in San Francisco.
Right. So you recently made a decision, I'm looking directly into the camera now, you recently made a decision to add to your balance sheet.
That's right, I did.
What drove that?
It was fully the market. The market changed on us. Overnight, there was an opportunity we were so well set to capture, and yet there's a window in time where that is true. We believe there's a massive company to be built here, and that Tribe can be that company, and we wanted more firepower to go after that opportunity. Every dollar was going back into the business. I wasn't in this to build a cash flow business or a lifestyle business.
As you were working through that decision framework of what to do, how did Indie enter the picture?
You were one of the first conversations we had. I just loved how flexible you were. One of the things I worried about is we had this window in time, and yet I was going to eat into that window by spending all my time fundraising and not building this business. And, any time I was spending on fundraising was time I was not spending with customers. I was looking for an amazing partner who was bought in on my vision, on the company that I wanted to build, rather than wanting me to be something else, who wasn't going to run a really lengthy, pain in the ass process.
But we got to a yes pretty quick.
You got to a yes very quick, and you were always so supportive, and I felt like you just kind of got it right away. The bet is that together we can grow the pie, build a much bigger company than we'd be able to on our own.
You could have easily gone and raised a $10 to $20 million round. Why not do that?
You could spend a lot of time trying to shape your company to suit what investors want. And I remember sitting with you at a breakfast spot where you had 100 Diet Coke, and I said to you, I know what they want me to say, and I won't say it. Felt like I was going to miss the opportunity I was seeing if I was getting pulled in a different direction because of kind of more traditional VC perspectives. I really felt like I was looking for something very specific. I was looking for someone who got what we were trying to do, who believed there was another way to build a massive company, and who was ready and excited to bet on that future. That really aligned with the Indie thesis of entrepreneur first, and I think the best is yet to come.